Krishna smiling upon them, he invited them, please sit down and be comfortable. Be happy. I am so glad that you have come to the forest to give me this food. Actually, what you've done is perfect. Because all of the great sages and scriptures teach us that the very perfection of life is to serve me with unmotivated, uninterrupted love. That's the true happiness of the self. We have our mothers and our fathers and our husbands and our wives and our children and our friends and all of these different people, but what is most dear is the self. Because if we don't have life, we have no power to love. And I am the Paramatma. I am Atma Priya. I am the beloved of the self. It is my presence in the heart of all living beings that enables us to love them. It is my presence in your heart that empowers you to love, and my presence in our heart that is the object of love. So please, put down the food that you have brought, and now you should go home. The Yagyapatnis, they did not want to go home. They were shocked. Sarvadharman parityasya mame kam sharanam vraja. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishami masucha. Krishna tells in Gita, abandon all varieties of dharma and just surrender to me. I will protect you. Do not fear. The Yagyapatnis, they surrendered everything. And now Krishna was sending them home. So graciously and desperately, they offered their appeal to Krishna. Yegatamam papatyante tams tataiva bhajamyaham. That you say that according to how one surrenders to you, you reciprocate accordingly. We have sacrificed, surrendered, and abandoned everything for you. All we want is you. We don't want anything but to serve you and to love you. We've longed for this moment our whole life. It's not becoming of you to send us back home. Krishna says in Gita, from the highest planet in this material world down to the lowest, they're all places of misery. But one who comes to me never takes birth in this material world again. To one who comes to me, I save them from ever coming back to the sufferings of this world. We have come to you. Why are you sending us back to this material world where there's nothing but suffering and forgetful, in separation from you? As Lord Rama, you gave a promise. When Vibhishan came to surrender to you, Vibhishan is the brother of Ravana, who stole Sita, who was your arch enemy. The monkeys wanted to chase him away. But at that time you spoke that everyone here, this is my solemn vow, that anyone who even one time says, "Oh my Lord, today I am yours." Even if Ravana himself were to say sincerely, "My Lord, today I am yours," I will give that person my protection for the rest of eternity. We are yours. Protect us. Why are you sending us away? When a river rushes out from a mountain cave, the river can't go back into the mountain cave. it must naturally complete its course of flowing toward the ocean. We have left everything of this world only to be here with you. We cannot go back. If a person is born blind and lives his whole life without vision, and then miraculously is given perfect vision to see everything, can that blind man reject his good fortune and lose his vision to be blind again? Is that what you're asking us to do? We have been in darkness, in blindness, and now in your presence, we are in the light of your grace. We cannot go back. Our relatives, our husbands, they've rejected us for our surrender to you. Let us stay. Their words, which were sincere and spoken with deep love, affected Krishna's heart. And Krishna replied, I have accepted your love. I am forever indebted to you. But please know that one does not attain love for me simply by physical proximity. Real love for me is realized through hearing about me, worshiping my form of a deity, through meditating upon me and chanting my names and glories. Through this path of always remembering me, meditating on my beautiful form that you have seen, hearing my names and glories, worshiping me, and chanting my names, we will always be together. I will never be apart from you. This is the true way for all beings to attain love for me. There's a famous story of Srila Prabhupada where devotees were telling how much they so much wanted to be physically close to him. Although he was sending them so many places and sometimes they were hardly seeing them. And Srila Prabhupada said, who is the closest person to me physically at this moment? Nobody said anything. And Srila Prabhupada pointed to a fly that was swarming around him. In fact, he was right on top of him. He said, he is closest to me physically, but he's simply causing me disturbance. Same principle that Krishna told the Yajnapatnis. Actual devotion, love, is manifested not through physical proximity, but through seva. Do not try to see Krishna, but serve Krishna in such a way that Krishna is pleased to see you. Krishna spoke these words to the Yajnapatnis with such compassion, with such concern, with such love. They had complete faith. They became ecstatically happy. They offered all the food to Krishna, and then they returned to their homes. But as they were leaving, they had already took that beautiful presence of Krishna that was in front of their eyes and brought him so deep in their hearts. And he never left them there. When they returned home, their husbands saw their effulgence. Their husbands saw that they were transcendental, supernaturally intoxicated with ecstasy. Their husbands saw that they had attained the ultimate samadhi of prema bhakti. And they looked at their wives with total awe and reverence. the Yagyapatnis explained to one other of their friends about what they had seen. This particular Yagyapatni was forcibly prevented from going. And she was in such a state. She was literally a prisoner in her own house, yearning for Krishna. All the others left to go offer him seva, the chance of a lifetime. It may never come again. She was in such a deep state of separation that she closed her eyes upon hearing the other Yagyapatni's explanation and took Krishna so deep in her heart. And Krishna appeared in her heart and embraced her. And her physical, material body passed away. And instantly, her spiritual body, Krishna brought it into the association of the gopis. And the gopis taught her how to personally render loving service to Krishna in the forest. That was the perfection that she attained. The Yagyapatnis told Krishna, when they were begging to remain, that we don't want to be an impediment for you. Because we're Brahmins' wives, it may be socially unacceptable for you, who's just a cowherd boy, to be accepting our services in public. So we won't go in the village with you. We will live the rest of our lives in the forest. And we'll sweep the forest paths for you. And we'll collect the flowers for you. And the tulsi leaves that fall from your feet, we will collect them as your servants. That was the spirit of their devotion.
You were listening to Radhanath Swami on devotionalnectar.com.